Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, I was thinking about that song lyric. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Do you know it? That's what we're going to be talking about today. So, my name is Karen. I help us to explore our joy, to increase our joy every day. So, let's be joyful. I kind of sort of love that song lyric. I've always loved it. There's something about it that has always lifted me up. My feeling is it's because it reminds me, even in my darkest days, that we all have light, that we're all light. And we could call the light different things, kind of whatever makes you feel comfortable to call it. In my exploration of joy, and I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone's beliefs here, by the way. But in my exploration of joy, that's kind of how I'm seeing the light now. It's the light of joy. So are we letting it shine? Are you letting your light of joy shine? I kind of have an image of it as, Supergirl or Superwoman, they're kind of sitting there going, with their chest open and feeling their power, feeling their power, but with a light shining from their chest. Their light. And they're letting their light shine on everybody they touch and on everything in their environment. That's kind of how I have it in my head as an image. So are you letting your light shine? Are you letting it kind of bathe you and lift you up, even if you're having tough times? Because it's hard. It's really hard when we're having tough times. I remember I'm in that season of the year where my parents passed. We're coming up to the anniversary of their passing, and like all demarcations in the year, and if folks coming on now have any thoughts about what I'm saying, please drop them down in the comments. I'm reminded of that time. They passed a month and 3 days apart. And I'm reminded of that time every time we get to this time of year. And it brings me back to that time where there was no joy. At least there was always joy, but it was covered over by so many layers of clouds. And even now, as I'm thinking about it, it brings me back to that time. Yeah, there was no joy. There just wasn't. But in hindsight, I can even see pockets. I can even see pockets. Like when a friend would put their arm around me, or when someone said a kind word, when I would call someone and knowing that they're there for me in difficult times, that helped me. They were letting their light shine, their joy light shine on me. So, are you allowing your light to shine? Maybe helping somebody else? I kind of sort of think of it as my responsibility, our responsibility as a collective to do that for one another, especially as we come into this season of joy and giving and lights, because that's what this holiday season is. No matter what your religion is, it is a season of lights. So, are you letting your light shine? It is hard sometimes to do that. We cover ourselves up because we're maybe afraid, because it takes courage, as I've said before, to be joyful sometimes. It takes courage in ourselves to say, okay, and what do I want to be now? Who do I want to be now? Past is the past. Who and what do I want to be now? Do I want to be in joy? Do I want to be happy? Do I want to love? Or do I want to stay in what was the past for me? I lived in the past for a very long time. I choose not to do it anymore. The past has wisdom. The past has wisdom that I can tap into whenever I want to, but I don't see the benefit in living there anymore. I choose to stay in the present with my eye toward the future. And I choose to live in the present with my eye towards the future. Enjoy. So I ask the question again. Are you letting your light shine? Because it could shine outwardly, helping everyone else, lighting everyone else, and it can also be turned inward to let ourselves shine, to bring light to ourselves, to bring joy, love, laughter to ourselves. Because we have an external mask, if you will, that we show the world. All the world's a stage, Shakespeare. But then we also have our internal life. And are they this far apart? Where's my camera? Are they this far apart? Are they this far apart? Are you bringing yourself joy? Are you bringing joy to others? Are you letting your light shine? It's something I'm going to be thinking about a lot as the days and weeks, even months, unfold. Because I'm choosing to, in my exploration of joy, to allow it more and more and more and more. To give myself that choice of experiencing joy and then sharing it with folks. Because it gives me joy to do that. And if it didn't give me joy, I wouldn't do it. But I'm kind of sort of loving this medium. I never really did a whole lot of it. I did some of it. But I had a whole story about it in my head, about perfection and about needing to show myself in a certain way to be acceptable. I don't do that anymore. I used to make sure to have makeup on. I don't wear makeup as a rule. I don't remember the last time I bought makeup. But every time I would do a live, to be accepted, because my light wasn't shining, and I felt I needed to be acceptable to whomever, I'd put makeup on. Clearly, I don't do that anymore. I have nothing against makeup. I use it when the situation arises. I go to a wedding, I go, wherever, I put it on. I actually don't really like it. there's something that feels very phony for me. For others, it works perfectly, and more power to them. They love makeup. By all means, please. They like coloring their hair. They like, clearly, I don't color my hair either. Um, More and more in my life, I just want to be authentically me. That's what I want to be. And I'm learning that day to day to day to day to day what that means for me. One of the things it means is to be living in joy. Because I choose to. Because joy is one of my core values. And because it's our birthright. Because I have the right to be in joy if I want to be. I have the choice not to be. I have the choice to suffer if I want to. I've done that plenty. I just choose not to anymore. It's just not the way I want to live. So I've gone off on all kinds of tangents, and I hope they've been at least interesting. I'd love to know your thoughts, your feelings. If you're watching this on replay, let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Or if you'd like, feel free to DM me. And we can have this conversation off Facebook, because sometimes people get a little weird about expressing themselves publicly, which is kind of what comments are. It's a public thing. So if you're more comfortable, feel free to take it off of Facebook. I'm sorry, not off Facebook, but off the public arena, and just DM me. I mean, that's totally cool too. If you found value in what I've said, and I hope you do, and if you found value, go ahead and share it with friends and tell them to come on. I'm here Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock. So bring them along. If you are not on my newsletter, what's stopping you? Hop on over to KarenBromberg.com. Put your name and your email. You'll be starting to hear from me. I save my best stuff for my newsletter. So if you like this, you'll love that. You have a great day, and I will see you on the next one.